Hi guys, Nathaniel Gavronsky here. I am in Iowa City and I'm wearing my Governor Kim Reynolds t-shirt. She's the very first female governor of Iowa. She's the 43rd governor of Iowa. And since I'm working on the campaign, I thought I would do some more videos showcasing some of the governors of Iowa. So I am at Territorial Governor Robert Lucas's grave in Iowa City, Iowa. Now, Robert Lucas was born in Mecklenburg, Virginia on April 1st, 1781. His father was a Revolutionary War soldier and war hero. His family later moved to Ohio, where they joined into the Ohio legislature, and where Lucas became the 12th governor of Ohio. After his term in 1836, he was appointed by President Van Buren to come to Iowa. Iowa had just separated from the Wisconsin Territory, and this was important because the Wisconsin Territory and the state of Missouri were beginning to have some conflicts along the southern line of the territory and the northern border with Missouri. The thing about this is that Governor Lucas was kind of hot-tempered, and he kind of had an affection with conflict. And this actually stemmed not only with the state of Missouri, but with his own legislatures. The Secretary of the Territory was a guy named Conway. He actually arrived a few weeks earlier than Lucas did and assumed some of the powers of governor. And those decisions he made didn't sit really well with Lucas, and tension started off with them really quickly. The territorial legislator had to contact President Van Buren and say, hey, you're going to have to kind of dial this guy down, because his absolute veto power is absolutely ruining everything. We can't do this anymore. You're going to have to tone him down. So the President of the United States had to tone down the governor of Iowa, just so that the legislature could get anything accomplished. One of the things that he ordered from the territorial capital, which was in Burlington, Iowa, to be moved and to create a new permanent capital for the state, and that was Iowa City, and that is where I'm standing right now. I lived in Iowa City for a very, very long time, loved the place. They don't like me so much now because I vote Republican, but that's another story. Governor Lucas served most of his term either in Burlington or in Muscatine, which was at the time called Bloomington, because Iowa City really wasn't all that cool yet. He did finish out his term as territorial governor in 1840, which is kind of before Iowa City really took on all of its glory. And he did finish out his days here in Iowa City. He died on February 7th of 1853, shortly before the capital moved from Iowa City to Des Moines. He is buried right behind me. His grave took me forever to find, but it is here. The cemetery is huge. But you can see the marker for state of Iowa governorship. Again, some of his legacies have been that he kind of solidified Iowa's right to exist with Missouri during the Honey War, which lasted kind of from like 1836 all the way up to like really 1851, when it was officially finally settled. Missouri, the Clark County, Missouri sheriff would come into Iowa to try to collect taxes, and Lucas ordered him arrested and jailed. The state of Missouri had to bail him out. And the state of Missouri, in order to kind of recap those losses, sent an army into what is now Van Buren County, and they cut down a bunch of honey trees. They had the beehives in the trees, and they would get honey, and they would do things that you need to use honey for. And in this early period, honey was a valuable commodity, so it was expensive, very costly to the state of Iowa. And so soldiers were ordered at the ready. And Lucas threatened to take the state of Missouri on all by his lonesome. And luckily for Missouri, that never happened, because then Iowa would be a lot bigger. So that didn't happen, but he was able to get the troops there. And really interesting fact about the Honey War is that there is a legacy from that. And remember how I told you how Lucas ordered troops, about 1,200 Iowans, to go surround a small force of 600 and some men from Missouri along the Van Buren, Davis County counties and the Missouri border. And these soldiers lined up along the Sullivan, I believe it was called the Sullivan Line. And they were on both sides, were camped out there waiting for the other side to make a move first. And finally, when tension started to die down, the state government of Missouri and the territorial government of Iowa sent people to go, hey guys, you can come back home. We're going to kind of calm this thing down. When they got there, they had found out that all the soldiers had somehow snuck beer into the party, and they all got drunk. They all passed out drunk on the ground. And to this day, along the Van Buren, Davis County, and Lee County in Iowa, and the Missouri counties just south of the border, they have what they call the Party of the Line. It's one of the largest kegers in the country. And it happens every summer. But it stems from this honey war. And I'm sure there's honey somewhere to be found there. I think they make a honey beer now. I quit drinking years ago. But that's a little bit of the legacy of Governor Robert Lucas. And I know I have my little Iowa flag here, which Lucas never would have seen. The Iowa flag, as we know it today, didn't come around until practically the 20th century. It kind of adapted it from a couple of Civil War flags the state used, or the regiments used. So that's Governor Lucas. That's what I got for you guys. I'm going to keep working on these governorships. There are 43 governors of Iowa, not including the territorial governors. There were a couple of territorial governors which aren't counted into that. And there is Kim Reynolds, Terry Branstad, Chet Culver, Tom Vilsack, and Ray Fulton are still alive. So the other ones have unfortunately passed, and I am working my way to all of them. There's another one here. Kirkwood is buried here, and we have a South Dakota governor here in Iowa City too, which I'll probably do him just because, you know, South Dakota's cool. I like Mount Rushmore. So that's so far so good for this one, guys. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay wise, and stay classy, Iowa. Peace out.